So, the requesting more proof that you are living in Spain within the withdrawal agreement for residency applications for the new TIE card for UK citizens. Well, today I want to talk about S1 applicants. So, people who are applying who are state pensioners or are beneficiaries of a state pensioner for the TIE card can get an S1 still. At the moment, it's still available to the end of the year. So when making those applications with S1 forms, and the S1 form was, as you know, exporting your healthcare from the UK to Spain. For UK pensioners, the applications were actually really quite simple. They were accepting them quite quickly, and I'm now specifically talking about Malaga at the moment. Okay, the subdelegation of the government in Malaga and the experience we've had up till now. So, as we know, the law breaks down into three things. It breaks down into proof you can economically sustain yourself, proof that you have got healthcare, and proof that you're living here within the withdrawal agreement. Okay, now for S1 applicants, it's always been the case that we have submitted a translated copy of the pensions letter. That's a letter you get every April that proves how much you're getting on a weekly basis, translated by an official translator, rubber stamped. S1, that covers your healthcare. Perfect. Proof you're living here within the withdrawal agreement. Well, up till now, they've been accepting a Padron certificate for S1 applicants. Okay. For other types of applications, it is true that they have been requesting more proof that you're living here within the withdrawal agreement. For people applying with savings, with private pensions, etc., etc., etc. But for three groups of people: S1 applicants, people with work contracts, and people who are self-employed, up till now, they've only been requesting the Padron certificate. Well, for some reason, the interpretation of the law here in the subdelegation of the government has changed. I don't know if someone didn't get the right chocolate with their churros, or maybe the milk was off in the coffee, I don't know. But for some reason, the law hasn't changed at all. Obviously, we know that the various interpretations of the law vary from provinces, and I think from desk to desk with some of the applications that we've put in, the people who revise the files. So, okay, in July, August and September, the applications we made with the S1s using those documents were fine, absolutely fine. But moving into October, we've been making more applications, and they've come back now with every single person who's made application with an S1 form. They're now requesting more proof that they are living in Spain within the withdrawal agreement, which they are actually here in Spain. I don't know if this has anything to do with the recent quarantine, laws. Well, sure, laws aren't that recent, are they? Quarantine laws in the UK, but the new lockdown, just to make sure that people are actually here. That they didn't get their Padron before the lockdown, and they're stuck in the UK. But anyway, so let's move on to the requirements if you are registering with an S1. Okay, and excuse the light seems to be a bit dodgy today, but we actually wrote an article on this a while ago when this first came up for other types of applications. But now I want to just run by how you can prove and what we'll be asking for people when we make their applications. So, other ways of proving that you are living here within the withdrawal agreement, aside from the Padron certificate. Bank transactions, statements of proof of expenditure in Spain. Okay, so if you've got a bank and it proves you've been spending money in Spain, it will say, Dia Marbella, or wherever it is you've been spending your money. That's really good. We highlight that and send that in. Proof of medical or hospital appointments, that's good as well. So any medical hospital appointments here, a lot of people have COVID tests, for example. A lot of people have eye tests, dental tests. Even if it's a private medical appointment, it's got to have your name on it. It's got to have your name on it, is that you attended that appointment, and hopefully a rubber stamp, because stamps are good. But, so that would help as well. Contracts of any nature held in Spain. Yet, so if you've got a rental or a rental contract on its own, fortunately, if it's not registered with the Junta Andalucía, doesn't always work, because anybody can knock up a rental contract from anywhere in the world and sign it. But if you're doing things properly and you've got a rental contract, the person who rents the property should register that with Junta Andalucía. It should have a rubber stamp. Brilliant, that works. Car leasing contracts, anything like that as well. Contractual evidence of income derived in Spain. Okay, yeah, so contractual evidence of income derived in Spain. If you've got a nomina, well, if you're retired, you're not going to have one of them, are you? But, you know, hey, you might have worked up to the point of retirement and have some form of payment that you've been paid through a contract, then retired and got your S1. Might not, but if you're an S1 applicant, utility bills, gas, water, internet, those bills prove there's usage in the property, and if they're in your name, that's great. Mobile phone bills, that's great. And we even submit the movement. So, you know, the phone, this person, phone that person. If they see a lot of Spanish mobiles on there, well, you're evidently in Spain, phoning Spanish mobiles. Any other bill or service that has been received in Spain, i.e. mortgages, payments, home improvements, works for fuel purchases, ITV appointments, etc., etc. What we mean by this is in Spain, you can get a factura. A factura is an official invoice. Everywhere that takes your money, whether it be a petrol station or a garage or whatever, if they're doing it on the books, they should be able to give you a factura. This factura, they will require your NIE number or passport if you haven't got an NIE number, your full name and address. Okay, so you can give that to them, and they will issue you with an official invoice. That's proof you were there at that time. Okay, plane ticket, boarding pass. Yep, you just come, plane ticket, boarding pass. A bit hard, a lot of it's online, but keep it anyway. Relations with any public entities, associations, registered clubs and gyms. Yeah, great. So a lot of people are members of golf associations, and they actually have their PAR print offs from competitions and stuff. You can tell I don't know a lot about golf, but you know the competitions they've attended to, stuff like any paperwork relating to the association and attending events is brilliant. Gyms, obviously. Their social security, it's if you've had any sort of appointments with the social security that you wouldn't have had normally before your residency, you never know. Any official receipts, documentation that evidence living in daily life in Spain. Well, I've sort of gone through that already. Tax return in Spain, you won't have one of them. This is just, I'm just reading off the list that the government has sent us, but you won't have a tax return if you're not a resident already. You might not. You might have done things the wrong way around and done one. Very important. We need to submit at least 3 or 4 other bits of evidence aside from the Padron now when it's a S1 applicants. We've already been asking for this for other types of applications, but now they seem to have changed their criteria. This in Malaga at the moment. They haven't changed it in other provinces yet. They may do. But it's about some braces scenario for all S1 applications that we're submitting now from the 1st of November. We will be requesting 4 more pieces of evidence that you are living in Spain from that list I've just read out. So it seems that things are tightening up a little bit with such little time to go. And yeah, they really are checking that people are actually, as they say in their message, in their letters they send to us, effectively and really living in Spain.